It's easy to celebrate the resurrection of the body on this Easter Sunday, but what about the resurrection of life, the resurrection of the Spirit here and now? You see, with all the excitement, with all the beauty, with all the glorious music, it's hard not to be joyful. But what about tomorrow morning? When at 6 a.m. your alarm clock goes off and your spirit sinks. Where is the resurrection then? Where is the resurrection when you work 40 hours every week in a thankless job only to find yourself deeper in debt? Where is the resurrection when your child gets caught in an ugly cycle of drugs and alcohol and you watch as they slip away? Where is the resurrection when you work for 40 years only to discover that you're about to lose your home? Where is the resurrection when you wake up one morning and you realize nothing matters to you any longer? Where is the resurrection then? It's not the resurrection after death we're talking about. It's resurrection during life. Do you remember the words of Jesus? He said, I've come that you might have life abundant and free. And I think that means here and now. Death Valley is the lowest, driest area in all of North America. It is a barren desert. But in 2005, something happened there. Something happened that transformed that place from something ugly and bare to something colorful and beautiful. Earlier that year, Death Valley received a few more inches of rain than normal. Just a few more inches of rain. And that otherwise bleak and barren place suddenly became blanketed with tiny wildflowers, desert gold, blazing star, poppies, evening primrose. They all blanketed that desert landscape. For years, those tiny little seeds lay dormant in the crevices, the cracks of the sand, beneath the tiny rocks. And the rain came and the flowers bloomed in the desert. It was a brilliant symbol of renewal, of life from no life. They were waiting for that one missing ingredient: rain. Like those dormant little seeds, there is still life in you and me. We just need that missing ingredient. That missing ingredient is Jesus. We walk around life many times so empty, so aimlessly, so lost. We just need that missing ingredient. Some of you know the name of Alexander Solzhenitsyn. You've read his story. Life in a Soviet labor camp for him was very bleak, discouraging, despairing. He'd had all he could take. He decided he would take no more. Devised a plan whereby he would end his life. He decided he would provoke the guards in such a way that they would have no choice but to shoot him. One day during a break from his labor, he sat down on a bench. The man sat down beside him, a stranger. He'd never met this man before, never met him again. They didn't speak any words. The man took a stick, and in the dirt between them drew out the symbol of a cross in the dirt. And at that moment, Alexander Solzhenitsyn experienced the risen Christ. And his life was changed. And he decided from that moment on, he would not try to end his life. Instead, he would spread love and hope throughout that camp. That's exactly what he did, because of the presence of the risen Christ.